Hey everybody, Jim Chester here. Chiro Hustle is live from California Jam 2020. This is year number 13, and I have Melissa Longo here with me. You came all the way from where?
All the way from Collingwood, Ontario, near Toronto.
Hey?
Across the country.
So we have ourselves a Canadian here on set with me. And let's talk California Jam. This is year number 4 for you.
Yeah.
Why do you keep coming back?
I mean, the first year was an experiment. The first year was like, oh, why not go? It sounds like a great event. And then once you go once, I think you are committed, because I was just saying to you in our pre-chat, like if you can go someplace and hear amazing speakers, improve your clinical excellence and also your headspace to help you remember why you want to be a chiropractor and why you want to help people in your community, while having a good time, while listening to a great band, connecting with people in person. I mean, it's to me, it's a no-brainer. I live in Toronto. We got snow there. It's freezing. Being in Southern California this time of year is very easy.
And you said something else that really stuck with me. You come here for friendship.
Yeah, I don't think anything beats being in person with other chiropractors. In any situation you want to be in, right? We all know that online platforms are amazing. You can learn a ton, but nothing beats face-to-face communication. The hugs that you get, just the vibe and the conversation and the things that you learn, I think, when you're outside that room are just as powerful as the things that you learn, when you're learning from the speakers.
Yeah, so a few takeaways. You've been here 4 years.
Yeah.
Let's just cover a few things that you've taken away over that time.
Oh God, just a few. Okay, I'll start with this this seminar. Yesterday, Russell Brand spoke, and he was highly entertaining. And what I loved that he said was he was talking about addiction recovery, and then he talked about the power of having a purpose and how much more joy that gives people, or can anchor people and ground people more than any other substance or addictive pattern can. And I thought, for me, like having a purpose to do what I do as a chiropractor, which is even higher now because of this event, that's always grounded me. Whenever I've gone through anything difficult in my life, being in my practice and being able to contribute to my community gives me joy. It always brings you back. So that was huge for me yesterday. Last year I took away a bunch of things. I think it was Dave Asprey, who was one of the speakers last year, that talked about happiness and success and gratitude. And there are some key things he said about, a lot of people are successful, but they're not happy. But if you're happy, you're more likely to be successful. So that's, at the core of all the work that I do, not only my practice, but with other people that I work with outside of the practice, is trying to find what makes you happy and build a life around that. And being yourself.
Well, on top of that, I want to talk to you a little bit about culture and saying a couple kind things to Mary Jane and Billy DeMoss for putting this event on, because you put on live events too, and It takes a lot of work. So let's just talk about the culture they've created.
They bring the fun. They bring the heart and soul. I don't think they would still do this. We love you. I love you. Thank you for doing this. If you didn't have the heart and soul and the passion to contribute and to do it, I think it's a massive event. And they do a great job. They make you feel like you're a part of their family. And it's just a fun event.
Yeah, I keep coming back to. I think there's a lot to offer to the community. And really one of their footprints is to bring general public here. Mm-hmm. Why do you think it's so important for the general public to start understanding this thing that in chiropractic we call the big idea?
I think it's just an extension of what we want in our practices, right? I want people that come into my practice to not only get adjusted, I want them to understand that health comes from inside out. I want them to understand the causes of disharmony, dysfunction, dis-ease in their body: food, lifestyle, stress, toxicity. So by having this event open to the public and open to the variety of speakers, so there's a lot of amazing chiropractors here, and then there's a lot of amazing physicians. The woman I just was listening to has the biggest integrative place here in the state, I think, a really amazing facility. So having the public come in and hear this information is I think it's probably their extension of the love they have in their practice in trying to spread this message of health and healing to a bigger audience.
Well, you touched on something. I was waiting for her to say that. You've created a podcast.
I have.
And you've bridged out and you've connected with a lot of other influencers in this profession specifically.
And Billy was on the episode. We have to get you on. Billy, I think it was number 90, I think. Yeah, he was on episode 90.
You've done something really special and you've touched other people's lives with your ability to host a show. What has that done for your career?
Oh, only good things. I think it's a karma, right? A big mission that I have with the podcast, Rock to Doctor Life, is to show docs, look, you can do whatever you want. within chiropractic, in a way to serve people. I was just talking to Cliff Tao before you did. He's doing amazing things as a radiologist, helping doctors. So I think there's a huge potential for us to live our own rockstar doctor life, right? And have a way to express chiropractic, whether you want a big practice, a little practice, something in between, whether you want to speak or teach or do research, find that joy and find what makes you happy. And that gives me, those conversations with so many different people over 2 years now, 140 episodes, it gives me something back every conversation. I get inspired.
That's beautiful. Well, I'm so happy that we could have Dr. Melissa Longo on with us. We've been doing so many interviews here this weekend, sharing this beautiful profession of chiropractic with the people that need it the most. As I wrap this up, is there anything I didn't ask you that you would like to share with our audience today?
No, I would say thank you to you and Luke. Luke's behind the scenes here, so we want to make sure we give him some credit. I think it's great what you're doing to get people in the experience, from where they're watching. No, so thank you for doing what you're doing. And if you haven't been to CalJam, you should check it out. It's super fun. And I didn't take any notes this time for the first time, but I listened. And my commitment as I go home back to my community is to connect with a lot of the people, get them on my podcast, but also commit to learning and commit to growth for myself.
Awesome. Well, if you guys didn't make it here to CalJam 2020, go over to caljam.org and become a member of their network. You guys can watch all the previous CalJams, the past 4 that Melissa's been to. You can watch the other ones before that, and you guys can see on the CalJam network everything. You can play it on a loop at your office. You guys can contribute your $7 a month to something that's meaningful. You guys can watch good television if that's what you're interested in. And if you do me one favor, hit the big share button on the bottom of your screen right now and share this to the masses. Give us some hearts, give us some thumbs up, give us some love. And if you watch us on replay, hashtag replay in the comments, please. And then last thing but not least, if you did find some value in this, hashtag value in the comments there. And Melissa, just give me a big hug.
Always.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close out by saying you guys just one story away. Keep hustling. We'll see you on the next one.